Okay, everyone, here is a set of notes on the basics of geometry. Mostly we're going to be talking about points, lines, and planes today, okay? So the most basic figures in geometry are undefined terms, which cannot be defined using other figures. The undefined terms point, line, and plane are the building blocks of geometry, okay? So this table right here, you can always come back and look at this. Remember, you can pause at any point in this video and go back over what I've done, okay? So a point is a location. It names a location. It has no size. It is represented by a single dot. So here, how we saw it in algebra, we had the location -2, +3. That would be this point right here, okay? That'd be -2, 3. Now in geometry, it's going to be a little bit more floating in space. You're just going to kind of see a dot and a capital letter. So if I had like point A, it would be point A. And then we will connect points with lines to create lines, and then those will exist on planes, so on and so forth, okay? So again, a capital letter names a point, all right? So capital P, that'd be point P, point A, okay? Next undefined term is a line. A line is a straight path that has no thickness and extends forever. So if we saw like the line y equals 3x minus 4, where the slope is +3, the y-intercept is -4, it extends forever, so we should have arrows on the end here, okay? That's how it would look in algebra for us. But again, geometry, it's going to be kind of more of a figure floating in space, okay? So there's a couple ways that we could name this, all right? Naming this, we'll use a lowercase letter. Now, this says lowercase, and I'm going to say script letter, okay? You see how we kind of have our script L right there? That'll come back in just a second. Lowercase letter or any 2 points on the line, okay? So if I'm using the lowercase script letter, we're just gonna write out line L, okay? So we're gonna name it, and it's gonna be floating out next to it. It's not actually gonna be on the line. This is not point L, this is a floating name for line L. Now we could also name this, okay? We could use any 2 points. So I could say line X, Y. And you see, I just drew a line with arrows above 2 letters. We could also say that this would be like line YZ, okay? Or we could say line XZ, because all of those points are on the line, but we use any 2 to name it, okay? Now, order doesn't matter here, so all of this could be flipped and reversed as well, okay? It could be ZX, ZY, YX, okay? Order does not matter, all right? Now, the last defined term, or undefined term we have is a plane. A plane is a flat surface that has no thickness and extends forever. So here in algebra, it would just be the coordinate plane where we would have lines and points. All these things exist on that flat surface. In geometry, it's actually going to be this kind of parallelogram looking shape, okay? This is how it's going to be given to you most of the time. And again, how we name these planes is either use a script capital letter, which we could see plane R, so we could call this plane R, okay? And again, I just wrote a little script R there, right? Actually writing out plane R. Or we could use any 3 points that are not in a straight line. 3 points not in a straight line, okay, guys? And again, it's just the naming. Any 3 points could be on a plane, but you can't name them. They have to be on different lines. So you see like we have A and B and C, but A, B, and C don't line up. So we could call this plane, and I'm actually just gonna draw that little parallelogram, A, B, C, okay? So again, we actually, when we name these guys, the drawing dot A, that's point A. Drawing the line with the arrows up top, that would be line XY. Plane, draw your little parallelogram, ABC, there you go, okay? Now let's talk down at the bottom here about some examples that we're gonna be seeing, guys, just some real world stuff here. All right, state whether each best model is a point, line, or plane. So a taut, that is a tight piece of thread, a thread pulled tight, that of course would be a line. A knot in that thread, so we had our line, we have a knot. That knot would be a point, okay? A piece of cloth, let's imagine it's laying flat on a piece of surface. That flat piece of cloth, that would of course be a plane. All right, now each colored dot or pixel on a video game screen, that would be an individual location. So that's again a point, all right? Or the top of your desk, flat surface, that would be a plane, okay? All right, moving on. And again, guys, if you need to pause at any point, you feel free to. Okay, so here we're looking at our plane. Now we see it's more of a rectangular shape, but this is a plane. This is a flat surface with, it looks like 3 lines and some points on it, okay? So we're gonna name 4 points. Well, I see I have dots with capital letters next to them. Those are gonna be my points. This would be point A, point B, point C, and point D, okay? All those 4 points are on that plane, all right? Now name 3 lines. Well, I see this line right here has a lowercase letter floating next to it, not really a point. So that's a name for that line. So I can name that middle one line M, okay? Line M. I could also name this one going down and to the right. That could be line AB using 2 points. And then of course this going up and to the right would be line DC. And again, I put arrows because my line has arrows, yes? Now, name the plane. We can pick any of these 3 points, guys, that don't line up, okay? We see A, C, B. They're not going to line up. A, C, D. So any combination of 3 points not in the same line, we could name this plane. So I'll just name it, let's say, plane ADC, okay? And it could be ABC, BDA. It could be any 3 points that are not in the same line. And of course, a horizontal line here. Again, horizontal would be going straight across. Yes, that would have no slope there, all right? So that would just be line M, okay? All right? Okay.